I think Kamala's gonna win.
There's this guy named...
So it's election day. Tonight we will be seeing the results.
Yeah.
Or presumably, I don't know who the fuck knows at this point. I don't know.
We should have a very good idea of how it like say in reality who won.
Yeah.
By the end of like 6-7, we kind of get you have an idea of like, all right, this is the way it's going now.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. I like how Trump tried to pretend like it hasn't been that way. So when he was like, no, see, by now I won. Stop counting. Stop counting now. And I'm like, that's literally never how it's worked. And he's like trying to gaslight people. Every vote after this is illegitimate. And I'm like, this is insane.
Hasn't it already? Like, isn't he losing right now? Isn't like right now in the polls?
I don't know.
You want to look, if you want to be like a freak, like I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself because I just kind of have to like watch everything. And if you're doing that, odds are it's very hard to. Nobody really wants to say it with their chest open though, because it just almost like even a jinx thing. People, it's like it doesn't. Even in the swing states, in certain states, Trump should be up so much, and he's barely up by a little bit, which is a huge indicator that he's probably fucked. But you don't really want to say that. It feels weird.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It's like you don't want to speak things into reality, only to have the universe laugh at you.
Yes.
I don't know. I personally, I think Kamala's gonna win, but we'll see. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Anything can happen, really.
That's true. Because we all thought I thought he wasn't gonna win the first time. Man,
I think that time was a huge. Would you?
Yeah. I kind of figured he would. Well, the thing for me was like she was so unpopular, and I knew so many people anecdotally who were like going to vote for Bernie, and we're like, well, fuck this guy. What the fuck this party?
Yeah. Okay.
And so like I knew it was so many anecdotally that I'm like, that can't. Normally, I don't give a shit about like anecdotes or like, oh, I'm not gonna make like a broad prediction based on like my circle,
right?
But it was so many that I was like, this must be at least somewhat indicative of how a lot of people are feeling,
right?
And it made sense at that time when you didn't really have a record for Trump
that was
to go
the thing.
again. Where
That's
it's like,
the thing.
Yeah, he's the fucking black. He's like the wild card candidate. Whatever. Throw a wrench in the system. See if it falls apart. Fuck these people.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out that way. So it's like that's kind of why I don't think it's going to happen this time.
No,
because we kind of have evidence that it's just like, oh, it's kind of
plenty of evidence. It's subconsciously. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just business as usual with like a crazy person. So
a crazy person that, say, if he wins again, he has a couple of other Supreme Court justices that he can install, and then we'd be fucked for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I think the abortion stuff was a wake up call for a lot of people.
I think so.
Like, yeah, I think most people who would have been apathetic about it kind of saw that stuff as like
they're like, oh, it was like when when you're kicking back in your chair, you're gaming, and then some really fucked up shit happens. You have to like sit up. Like that's basically what a lot of people did. They just locked the fuck in. Like, oh shit, this is real.
What happened was, I think the biggest problem was the railroading of Bernie Sanders kind of led to the real destruction of the left.
So much apathy.
I think it led to like this, like, oh, the left is gone.
They actively spat in the face of their own momentum, which is crazy.
I was another person that specifically didn't vote because of that.
Me neither.
I didn't vote in the general shit because I'm like, I can't in good faith cast my vote for this unknown where a lot of people were trying to convince me to say the devil you know is better. Like Trump's the unknown. They unfortunately are correct, but this was such a unpredictable thing.
We were wrong with
it. It was such an unpredictable thing. Like that's why I felt so strongly that I'm like, what's the worst this asshole gonna do? And I was like, holy shit, I couldn't afford who. Actually, even the people that were, screaming and crying and we thought they were being ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of felt legit that they were being ridiculous because it's like, historically, what's the worst that can happen? It's going to be, some things are going to be stripped away, but nothing as catastrophic or nothing as big and as huge, like the shoving all the Supreme Court justices in and making things, awful, making things really gay. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Damn gay. But we'll see.
We didn't believe. We were making fun of them. We were like, you guys are stupid, and they were like, no, with their fucking rainbow dash colored hair.
They're still annoying.
At the same time,
they were right. They were right.
Pull yourself together. Come on.
No, you're right.
But I think,
but they were too. You're right, but they were
they're
also
kind of like
right
broken
too.
clocks, man. Like sometimes sometimes people gotta hit. hit. So even like gambling, sometimes the loser is going to hit a jackpot.
Yeah, sometimes Matt Walsh makes a funny movie, on occasion.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
Have you seen, by the way, there's a clip of Matt Walsh going around where he's talking about how, like, if a friend of his told him that he loved him, like, just like if a guy friend of his just sat down to him and says, like, hey man, I love you, I appreciate you, he'd be like, okay, did you see the game? Which is so fucking gay, it's crazy.
It's the gay panic that if he dared to acknowledge those emotions, that he'd be exposed as a flaming homo.
Dude, him and Charlie Kirk are the most obviously gay people I've ever seen, masquerading as if they're not gay. Totally. And it's frustrating because, like, people on their side just think they're not gay.
It's
like,
weird.
How do you not know they're gay?
It's like even the women. Remember, for like, there was this I can't remember their names. There was this gun girl. She used to do some stuff with InfoWars.
Oh yeah, Caitlin Bennett.
She married one of the most obvious gay men I've ever seen.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. There was.
He looked like a pixie. He looked like he was such a little prim little guy, and I was like, look, man, like, it's like, hey, look,
it's a prim fella.
It's just like.
Some people
I'm glad he's got his beard, like that guy.
Some people aren't, right? And we're probably labeling some people that are not.
No, I would bet millions that these people are gay. Like, because it's, dude, how are you so afraid to be like, yeah, I love you too, man? Like, it is so standard and normal and, like, not weird at all.
Maybe in our parents' generation that might have been more weird, but even that doesn't.
No, because even my dad, who's like a Vietnam vet, wouldn't care about that kind of thing. Right. You know what I mean? So it's just like, this dude's like way younger. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't know. To me, that's just so, that screams like, well, I can't say I love you because it might sound too genuine. It might give me away. So, like, I gotta. Hey, tell me you love me, just real quick.
Oh, absolutely not. I wouldn't lie.
Do it. Lie on the show.
No, I'm not doing that. But
all right. Worst improv
great bit
fucking ever.
Great
Never
bit.
mind. Let's move on.
I was gonna
Next question. Let's go to the questions. Fuck this. Worst ever, dude.
If Trump wins, though, that'll be lit. I think it'll be funny.
Look, man. The way I'm looking at it is like I would prefer Kamala to win. For obviously, I just want to be done with Trump, really. I'm just kind of tired. I'm bored of it. Like, at the very least, get another Republican in here so we have, like, new material. But, like, the whole, like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. Like, I get it. It's the same thing over and over again. I'm tired. I'm bored. It would be cool to have just, like, either a normal Republican Party again, or at least if you're going to get somebody else, just get somebody else. Just do somebody else. Just a new, refresh.
Just bring us back to the old Republican Party. It feels like they're just like, let's just like.
It feels like Dragon Ball Super, where it's just like, oh, it's Frieza again. All right.
But it's not even fun. It's like Frieza turning black and saying the N-word twice.
Look, Frieza's a good villain, right? It's a good villain. Entertaining.
But there are other ones.
But, like, come on. Like, I'm over it. The best days are behind him. You know what I mean? You're not going to have a he will not divide us moment again. You know what I mean? Like with that stupid fucking camera. You're not gonna like it's the jokes around him are just like it's all old stuff. It's
not funny anymore. It's just alarming. You know, it turns into like, oh, this is like,
it's just trite. It's played out. Like, I'm bored, and I would like new people. So like for me, it's just like if Kamala wins, like hopefully that's the end of him. Hopefully he fucking has a heart attack and dies, and then we don't have to deal with this shit anymore, and we'll have a new set of fucking crazy people to deal with. And I would much prefer that. But if not, then fuck, I get material.
Yeah,
I win either way. I feel bad for the people who don't, but like,
yeah, unfortunately, we'll be fine, and other people will be suffering, and that sucks.
Yeah, well,
it really sucks. Fuck y'all niggas
though. Papa Jesus wrote in. He says, "Hello, we're recording tomorrow too, right? We should try to get
what day is it today?
Tuesday.
Yeah, we're recording tomorrow.
So we should try to pump this one. I'll see if I can get Derek to just like throw this one out real quick, just so we'll have like a pre and post election, because this is on election day. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the next day, tomorrow, we'll know, or at least we'll have an idea of what's going to happen. So that'll be fun. Papa Jesus wrote in. We'll just do this one, and then we'll.
I'm playing card games. We'll find out, which will be hilarious. In the middle of people playing Japanese card games, they're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." Yeah, I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah, personally, like my
attacks.
Yeah, my prediction is I think Kamala's going to win by a margin that I think it's not. I don't think it's going to be a landslide or anything, but I think it's going to surprise MAGA people, because I think MAGA people really think that like
they're loud. They're just loud.
Yeah, they're just like I really think that they don't have a concept of how many people exist outside of the internet who are just really tired of this. I think it's why Joe Biden won. You know, it's like Joe Biden's so uncharismatic, it's crazy. And he won because it's just people were just like, yo, I'm fucking over it, dude.
I hope, man. I hope. I think the entire world.
I think it'll shake out that way. If not, that's fine. It is what it is. I'll just make. I'll have a lot of videos.
I think that
it'll be fun.